moving on to question number 4. The War of 1812 has blank place in historical memory in Britain, partly because it is overshadowed by the much larger concurrent conflict against Napoleonic France, and partly because it essentially maintained the geopolitical status quo for Britain. The country neither gained nor lost significant territory or position as a result of its participation in the war. So, which choice completes the text with the most logical and precise word or phrase? Is it A, tenuous, B, an enduring, C, a contentious, or D, a conspicuous? So, what kind of a place? Is it important or is it not important? Now, if you read the rest of the passage, it says that it got overshadowed by the much larger concurrent conflict against Napoleonic France, and then it also was able to maintain the geopolitical status quo for Britain. They neither gained nor lost any significant territory or position. So that means the War of 1812 has not affected Britain at all. So which word would be best? If you said A, tenuous, very good. That's the correct answer. Choice A is the best answer because it most logically completes the text discussion of the significance of the War of 1812 in British historical memory. In this context, tenuous means vulnerable or uncertain. In case you didn't know the meaning of this word also, but if you knew the meaning of the other three words, then also you can eliminate the other three and come to this answer actually. Okay. So the text indicates that the War of 1812 was both smaller and less prominent than the conflict with France and resulted in no significant geopolitical changes. So these details imply that the War of 1812 is less likely than other British historical events to be remembered. It's not that important to remember compared to the other events. So giving the War of 1812 a tenuous place or an uncertain or not very significant one, a tenuous place in British historical memory. B is incorrect because the word enduring would mean lasting or durable. Lasting or durable. But in this case, it's not lasting or durable. The text describes the War of 1812 as being overshadowed by the smaller than and also the simultaneous conflict with France. So this seems to conflict with the notion that the War of 1812 has an enduring place in the British historical memory. And C is incorrect because in this context, contentious would mean likely to cause disagreement. While there likely are contentious issues related to the War of 1812, nothing in this text which is given, nothing in the text discusses or implies any such disagreement. And choice D is incorrect because in this context, conspicuous would mean obvious. But the text describes the War of 1812 as being overshadowed by and smaller than the simultaneous conflict with France. So rather than suggesting that the War of 1812 has a conspicuous place in British historical memory, these descriptions suggest that its place is not particularly obvious. So in fact, for this question, I knew the meaning of the other three words. That's why I knew the answer would be A. So like that also you can come to the answer.